look at me. It's hard, isn't it? It's hard to look in the mirror and realize that the person staring back at you isn't really you. I'm not talking about science fiction. I'm talking about the brutal reality that most people avoid confronting. You're living a life that is not yours. You're following a script that others wrote for you. You're chasing dreams that were never yours. And you know what's worse? You do this every single day without even realizing it. How many decisions did you make today that were genuinely yours? None. Because you're programmed, conditioned, domesticated. You're so busy trying to impress others that you've forgotten who you really are. It's tough to hear this, isn't it? Good. The truth should disturb you. But today, we're going to change that. I'm going to show you why real life only begins when you finally find yourself. And in the end, I'll reveal something so powerful that it will completely redesign your existence. Are you ready? Because most people are not. Most prefer to keep sleeping, keep pretending, keep slowly dying in lives that don't belong to them. But you're not most people. You are here. And that already shows there's something inside you fighting to get out. From the moment we're born, we begin to lose parts of ourselves. Think about the child you once were. That authentic, curious, free being. What happened to that child? Society happened. By age 7, you had already learned to suppress your true nature. By 25, you had built a false identity so convincing that even you believed in it. This is the first major obstacle: disconnection. You're so busy being who you think you should be that you've lost the ability to recognize who you really are. And this isn't accidental. It's deliberate, a system that values conformity above authenticity, that rewards those who follow the herd and punishes those who dare to be different. Think about the times you felt a genuine impulse to do something different. What happened? An internal voice immediately warned you. What will others think? What if I fail? That's not realistic. People like me don't do things like that. These voices are not yours. They're echoes of all the times you were conditioned to doubt yourself. And the result? An epidemic of unlived lives. People who wake up at 40, 50, 60 years old with the devastating realization that they've spent decades chasing dreams that were never theirs. Building careers that impress others but leave an emptiness inside. Accumulating achievements that, on paper, seem admirable, but bring no real satisfaction. A Harvard study followed graduates for over 75 years and discovered something shocking. External success, money, status, recognition, had little correlation with happiness. The determining factor for a well-lived life, authentic relationships with others, and more importantly, with yourself. But how can you build an authentic relationship with yourself when you spend your entire life wearing masks? Listen, the journey begins now. The process of finding yourself isn't about discovering something new. It's about rediscovering what has always been there. It's about tearing off the layers of conditioning that suffocate you. And it begins with a simple but brutally challenging act: stopping. Stop running. Stop distracting yourself. Stop avoiding silence. In a world that keeps you constantly distracted, simply stopping and being present with yourself is a revolutionary act. How many hours a day do you spend in silence without external stimuli? 0. Nothing. You fill every second with noise, social media, news, music, podcasts, anything to avoid confronting your inner world. Why? Because you're afraid of what you'll find in there. Afraid of discovering you're not who you thought you were. Afraid of realizing you followed the wrong path. Afraid of facing the authentic desires you've suppressed for so long. But here's the truth. What you most fear facing is exactly where your liberation awaits. Carl Jung called this the confrontation with the shadow, the process of facing the parts of yourself that you've repressed, denied, or hidden. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate. Think about this. How many times have you found yourself repeating the same self-destructive patterns? Choosing the same type of toxic partner, sabotaging opportunities when they're about to succeed, procrastinating on projects that really matter to you. These aren't accidents or character flaws. They're manifestations of your shadow, the unrecognized parts of yourself operating behind the scenes. But here's the most powerful part. Your shadow doesn't just contain your fears and insecurities. It also houses your unrecognized talents, your deepest desires, and your unexplored potential. Like an athlete who trains only the right side of the body, you've been operating with only half of your power. And that's why real life only begins when you find yourself, because only then do you have access to all your resources. How do you begin? Question everything about your beliefs, preferences, and goals. This isn't intellectual, it's brutal honesty. Ask yourself, what would you do without money concerns? How would you express yourself without fear? What makes you lose track of time? Your true self may be drastically different from your constructed identity. Most people stop here, glimpsing their authentic self but retreating from the necessary work. Those who dare continue discover something extraordinary, a life infinitely richer than one based on external expectations. Finding yourself isn't the end, it's the beginning. You face a choice. Act on this truth or return to comfortable conformity. Authentic living requires courage and total responsibility. The paradox? This responsibility is both your heaviest burden and greatest liberation. When you accept that your choices determine your life, you gain the power to redesign your reality, rewrite your story, and create a life reflecting who you truly are. You transform from victim to creator. Implement this through radical alignment. Align your external life with your internal truth through daily choices. Each aligned choice strengthens your connection to your essence until authenticity becomes your new normal. The final revelation. You aren't a fixed identity waiting to be discovered. You are an infinite possibility waiting to be created through your choices and actions. You are a process, not a product. A journey, not a destination. Start today with 3 steps. Step 1. Create silence daily, 20 minutes. Step 2. Practice authenticity in low-risk areas. Step 3. Act before feeling ready. Confidence follows action. Life begins when you have the courage to remove your masks. Your authentic life isn't in some distant future. It's here, now. Are you ready to start living?